think everyone had Carolina winning. They were the favorites, definitely.
Oh yeah, Carolina win.
But then the Buccaneers had a great 2 yard stand.
All right. Next game for week 2. Real quick. New England, Miami. Who y'all got winning?
Miami.
I got New England.
I got Miami.
I got Miami winning.
Alright, but just
I don't care
Dolphins
that they
record
got
at
blown out
home.
59-10. Brady can't play in Miami. He gets jukely
Sweating
legs.
too hard.
Jacksonville or Houston. The greatest quarterback to ever start a game is stepping in after Nick Foles got hurt. Can he beat a
Still
Houston?
think Houston is gonna win that game. JJ
I,
Watt is gonna have a heyday on that offensive line.
I got Houston winning.
I got the
I
Texans.
also have Houston.
Indianapolis, Tennessee. I think this one's pretty easy. I got Indianapolis.
They had the best roster in the NFL. Just
Hands down,
wise,
besides Philly.
maybe
Y'all are
besides
fucking
Philly.
tripping.
They were definitely the better. They were definitely the best roster with Andrew Luck, but they still. That's still kind of great that they're disputed as possibly the best roster in the NFL after their star quarterback retires.
All Jacoby Brissett has to do is play like Kirk Cousins,
Exactly.
and they're fine.
I did have the Titans going into this one, but I think I'm changing my pick on that. I think the Colts are gonna win that one.
Smart man.
Man, agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna be changing a lot of these as I
Okay.
go through. I think.
How you feel about this, Tyler?
What? I just
Who
have
you
to let my
think's
cat
winning?
out. What? Colts, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Why? Because they're your favorite team.
One, they're my favorite team. Two, they have a good roster this year, especially with their rookie pickups. And they have an even better roster if they're fucking. Sorry, I'll bleep that out. If their first round pick didn't get injured with an ACL tear, they'd have the most dominant pass rush in the league.
I can see where he came in awake on that team, but at the same time, you have teams. Rams,
And in other
you have
news,
teams.
water's wet. I mean, that's
All
basically
right.
the thing. Kansas City at Oakland? I'm pretty sure we all have Kansas City, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kansas City. Yeah, that's gonna be a blowout game, definitely.
I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think the Raiders are gonna try to keep up. Probably like a
It won't be a blowout.
possession.
It won't be a blowout, but Kansas City will win by like
Yeah,
21.
I could see like 28 to maybe like 16 or something.
What are you on right now? Kansas City is gonna have a heyday on that defense.
Patrick Mahomes, he's going to go off. I mean,
It's just gonna. If it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be them both scoring a lot of points and just one team scoring a lot.
Cleveland at the Jets. This would have been a close game if Sam Darnold
Darnold was in, yes,
didn't get
but
mono. So give me Cleveland to rebound after that Week 1 embarrassment known as wetting the bed because of too high of expectations.
Yeah,
It's the Browns.
I agree with you, Cameron. I would have had the Jets if Sam Darnold didn't go down.
If Sam
no.
Darnold was
If
playing, I'd still have Cleveland.
yeah,
I
same,
mean,
but it'd be a much
after
closer
that
game,
performance against
possibly.
the Bills, give me the Browns.
Same. First AFC NFC game we're covering. The Niners at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I got Cincinnati here. I
I
mean,
got
at first
I got the
I wasn't
Bengals.
too
I
high
got
on
the
Cincinnati,
Bengals.
but I wasn't too high on Cincinnati. I'm gonna be real. But
I
you know,
think Dalton's gonna
I'm
have
starting
a
to look.
great game, but
I'm
I think
starting to
that
look
defense
over.
won't hold up against Jimmy G and that offense has got a lot to prove this season.
You know, give me Cincinnati.
I
Cincinnati
feel
takes
like
win.
week one for
Niners.
Dalton was a bit of a fluke. Not
Week
trying
two
to,
is always the hardest to predict.
but not trying to discredit him because he is a pretty good quarterback. But
It's
I
held back
just,
by Marvin Lewis.
I would agree with that. But I feel like he's gonna come back down to earth a bit more this game.
For that Niner defense, that
But
they do have with Nick Bosa
yeah,
coming into that team. Nick
even though
Bosa.
yeah, even though I said that though, I do have the Bengals winning.
I had the
Mm,
Bengals winning too, but I don't have any. Don't put it up 400 yards. I don't have it. See,
Yeah,
the Niners winning. Jimmy G
it's
proving
probably
that
gonna
he can be a
be
starting quarterback.
I mean, he likes to get injured.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna get injured this year. I think he's gonna play a healthy 16 games.
I mean, yeah, but like, just because you can survive for a season doesn't mean that you can play well during that season.
I mean,
Did I
who
say
does
he's gonna
Jimmy
play
even
well? I'm gonna
have?
say he's gonna stay healthy.
Just George Kittle? That's about it,
That
right?
guy dropped 1,300. He's still playing good. And they
One
got
guy can't carry that offense. Two people can't do that. I mean,
hold up. Here's the chart. Oh,
I don't see the 49ers winning. Up in Cincinnati, I can't see it. I'm sorry.
that's they don't have like garbage receivers, but they got some like young studs on that team. They got Dante Pettis, Devo Samuel, and Jalen Hurd. I believe that this will be their starters. The team, he is a electrifying Olympian athlete who can run very fast.
I don't know. Give me Cincinnati to win. I can't see San
Niners.
Francisco. How about you,
Uh,
Tyler? Who you see winning?
Cincinnati.
I'm not really the only one going with the Niners here.
Yes.
Yeah, just like Tyler going for the Titans. Buffalo with the Giants. I'm pretty sure we got Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buffalo,
Buffalo.
they had a pretty good game against the Jets. And Giants are going to be the laughing stock of the league except for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I feel
Los
like
Angeles
Saquon might
Chargers.
carry them to some good wins.
Yeah, but they're no playoffs. They're going to carry them some wins, but definitely not playoffs.
I feel like maybe mid to late season the Giants might just get like a couple upsets here and there.
Eli Manning. You remember, he can pull off some crazy stuff.
Yeah. We just need like Eli Manning to go to like the
God
oh,
mode. Like against
Yeah.
the Patriots
or
again.
just get traded to a different team where he has assets.
hmm
Los Angeles Chargers at the Detroit Lions. I actually have Detroit here.
I have the
I
Chargers.
can see why. I had the Chargers though. They
I
have
don't know. The Chargers don't have Hunter Henry, and they have a few other key players out. I'm not sure who.
I have the Chargers.
I have
I
the
just
Chargers.
don't.
Philip Rivers still has Keenan Allen.
I don't buy. I mean, the Chargers are always up and down. They're missing a few key players.
So Melvin
gotta-
Gordon, correct? Melvin Gordon
I think he re-signed. I'm not sure.
did. Alright, so I saw the Chargers winning that game.
I got Detroit. Arizona at Baltimore. I'm gonna go with the safe pick here with Baltimore, but it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if there's an upset with Arizona winning.
Yeah, they had a pretty good comeback last week against who did they play against last week?
The Lions, they tied. It was the
Yeah, they
coaching was
tied,
what
but that
screwed
was
over
maybe
Detroit. I don't think it was the players.
I still have the Baltimore continuing their momentum from the absolute beating down of the Dolphins.
Got Baltimore winning. How about you, Ethan?
I got Baltimore. That easy.
I have Baltimore.
Seattle at Pittsburgh. I got Seattle winning.
So do
Yeah,
I.
Pittsburgh.
Seattle.
Pittsburgh.
I can't see it with Pittsburgh. I think they're gonna struggle for the first few weeks of the season. And I think Seattle's
I
gonna
agree.
ride high with Russell Wilson.
Hey, DK Metcalf did have very good season 1 opening, but I still think that will find a way
That
for Big
man
Ben
needs
to get
tested for
the fans
roids.
behind
He's
him.
cut.
Who?
DK. That man's. He's built like a lineman.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Bro, he's. Whew.
Chicago at Denver.
Chicago. I got Denver. I got
Yeah,
Denver.
Denver?
I got Denver. It's always
now.
tough for teams to win. And with Mitchell Trubisky playing like that, Denver's defense is going to have to carry that team. But I expect Joe Flacco 2 touchdowns that are going to help them win that game. And I don't see Mitchell Trubisky doing anything right now. I got to go with Denver up a Mile High.
I think that defense is really gonna very much rattle Flacco.
I mean, the defense is the only thing Chicago has. But
Here, this game is going to play like the Bears game did last Thursday,
Hmm,
it's going to
agreed.
be a very low scoring game because the Bears defense is good, but the Bears offense. With that being said, I have the Bears winning. I would see like maybe a 17-10, 17-13.
It'll be a very close game. It'll definitely be a very close game.
Yeah.
I
As
got a
the defense.
13-6 win Denver.
I think Joe Flacco will play better though in that game.
I don't know. Khalil Mack
Between the
does
two
not like
quarterbacks.
losing. Khalil Mack hates to lose, and
Well, he's gonna
He's
have
seen
to
this
deal
bitch.
with starting 0-2. How about you, Tyler? Who do you
Alright, what's
got?
the-
Chicago.
we got Tampa Bay at Carolina. I have Tampa Bay winning this game.
Tampa Bay,
One.
Carolina. I got Minnesota.
Minnesota at Green Bay.
Yeah, I got Minnesota. I'm sorry.
I got Minnesota too.
Minnesota
I
has
have
the most complete
Minnesota.
roster in that
Got
division.
Minnesota.
And Green Bay, even though they're in Lambeau, they won't. Aaron Rodgers won't be able to eventually win. Dallas or Washington? I could go with the safe pick and pick Dallas, but I got Washington in an upset. I think they're gonna come. I think they're gonna rebound
I got
from
Dallas.
that embarrassing loss.
I have Dallas.
To Elliott, Dak Prescott, and that trio head monster right there with Cooper, Dak, and Elliott's gonna really show out in this game against a very rough roster that's really like been hurt by injuries last few years.
Who you got, Tyler?
And Collins kind of lost, like not really lost a step, but like he isn't as good as a fit as he was on with the New York Giants.
Wait, sorry, I was adding some audio things so we because there's a little bit of like roughness coming through. Were we on Cowboys Redskins?
Yep.
Yeah, we're on Cowboys,
Redskins.
Redskins. I got
Thank
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
I got Washington.
I don't have
Um,
anything to say really about that game.
New
I have a
Same.
lot
Orleans
to say
at
about this
I
Eagles
said
game
what
though.
I said. What
New
I said.
Orleans at them LA Rams. Hold up, I got New Orleans. They're the better team. I'm sorry.
I got the Rams.
I got the Rams.
I agree with New
trust-
Orleans being the better team, but I
This is-
still had the Rams winning at home.
The
This is
Rams
gonna
might
be a
have cool
high-scoring
defense, but
offensive
give me
shootout.
New
Yeah,
Orleans.
I agree.
Drew Brees will carry this
I don't
team
know.
to a win.
Does anyone know the status on what's his name, Eric Weddle?
Well, he's had a head injury and it was more of a cut, not a concussion. I think he's gonna be back in.
Let me look
Gotta
this up.
give
Hold
me the
on. Let me
Saints.
see if I can
Jared
find-
Goff is gonna struggle. He's gonna struggle. Trust
Yeah,
me.
but that's where
If we start
CJ
struggling, Todd
Anderson,
Gurley comes in.
Todd Gurley and CJ Anderson. Remember, you gotta remember that he's not gonna get nearly as many normally does with that leg problem. That's gonna like
Yeah,
pretty much bother him with them for the
Eric
rest of his.
Eric Weddle just cleared concussion protocol today.
Jared Goff
That's
is
good.
gonna
Set to
struggle.
face
I'm
the
telling you
Saints.
now, he's gonna have a poor year after his Super Bowl hangover. I think Drew Brees will outplay him, and Drew Brees will lead this team to a win.
Keep cutting out.
He said that the
38-30
Saints will win.
38-35 win. I
Alright.
mean,
That Philadelphia game, that's a big game.
give me
All right,
Philly.
let me start this off. Let me start this off because I'm the
Mm.
Eagles fan here.
I mean, give me Philly.
The Falcons have been cucked by the Eagles 2 years in a row. Matt Ryan, Philadelphia native, he's gonna go off this game. Falcons win.
That's come from the Philly fan too.
That comes from the Philly fan. Falcons win. We
I
have to
agree,
go
that
into
exact logic.
Atlanta. If this was in Philly, it would be the other way around, I think.
Yeah, with
This
Atlanta,
this is all home field advantage.
they're really like this team does not have a very bad taste in the mouth after that Super Bowl game. They still had that haunting them.
Yeah.
This is the year.
Mm,
Yeah.
Give me.
Injuries don't hurt their
Philly.
team. They had their key defensive players, Deion Jones and Keanu back, and they will shine out. They will shine, and they will
Yeah.
completely and utterly shut down the
If
Philadelphia
the
team at home.
Eagles win this game, it would
It'll be
by the defense not playing like garbage like they did last
Yeah.
week.
that's
Yes,
yeah.
we could talk all about the 32-3 against a frankly trash Redskins team. Can we do that down the line with like the Patriots, the Saints, the Seahawks, the Falcons, the Cowboys, even the Redskins at the end of the season? I don't know. I don't know. I think this year could be anywhere from 8-8 to 13-3.
Who again, Atlanta or Philly?
I picked Atlanta.
Alright, let's go to week 3. Aaron? Egon. Come back.
This man really just dipped.
I'm almost cutting out, but I still stand where I stand. I think Philly's gonna win.
No, we're on week
Alright,
3.
week 3.
No,
Tennessee and
not week 3.
Jacksonville.
Are we
No,
gonna
no,
just speed through
that's how
these
we're
by now, or
No, we do. We gave our predictions. Now we just cut it straight to the end of the season. I know we all did our final record predictions. This
Super
is where
Bowl?
we start talking. No, not Super Bowl. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll start talking about our predictions real quick.
For the wild
I meant-
card?
No, for the records, final records. I'm gonna send mine out here to this chat. Now, don't be surprised now. So I feel.
mine are earlier in the chat, but I might change a few of those.
Let me break this out for you. I'm a believer. I'm on the Dalton train. I think he's going to lead them to the playoffs. I'm sorry. But Pittsburgh, they're not going to get it done this season. This
We
is
know.
they're taking a step back.
Which division we
Yeah.
starting with?
AFC North. Pittsburgh's going to struggle. I think they're going to come last
I
in that division.
agree.
I
But
think
I'm
then I
not
think
on
it's
that
gonna be
Dalton train.
Baltimore.
I'm not on that
You're on the
Dalton train.
Dalton
I'm
train.
sorry. That Dalton
Oh
will
wait, no,
not.
I updated my predictions. Baltimore's coming last at 8-8. I got Pittsburgh at 9-7. That's a switch. But
I got
Cleveland
my
taking them out there.
that entire division's close for me. Bengals are 8-8, Ravens are 9-7, Browns are 9-7, Steelers are 10-6.
Really?
I don't see Pittsburgh making the playoffs this year. I
Yeah,
think
they don't got the receiving core like they've always had.
it's gonna be a bad year for Pittsburgh.
I agree. I had the Browns going 13-3.
Well, you're crazy. but
Ooh,
okay.
they're already
No,
0-1.
I think they're gonna bounce back after that embarrassing game. They're gonna go mile high.
Rocker's on the bandwagon. He's hoping for Cleveland to
Nah.
do something good.
I'm not hoping. I'm knowing.
I have the Browns at 11-5, the Ravens at 9-7, Steelers 8-8, Bengals 7-9.
See, I have
Let me break it down. Real
Baltimore going 8-8. I have Baltimore going 8-8, Pittsburgh going 7-9, the Bengals going 4-12, having a very disappointing
quick.
season.
Let me break it out. I feel like Andy Dalton's about to throw for 4,100 yards. He's gonna put up 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. I think that's gonna be his final stat line. Andy Dalton, he doesn't put up that many touchdowns, but he puts up them yards, and he gets touchdowns when it counts. Andy Dalton starting off hot. I think he's going to do what he did in his career early on. He's going to put up the numbers. He's going to get his team to the playoffs. I don't know how they're going to perform in the playoffs, but I think he's going to take them there. I think they have a serious shot with the way they started out. I mean, I know they're 0-1, but they were facing Seattle up in Seattle, so I'm going to cut them some slack. They kept it close. And I just don't see Cleveland winning that division yet. It's too early.
The Browns are gonna be carried by their offense.
Agree.
Exactly.
Heavily.
If they're gonna lose to offensive powerhouses, I think even with a team that would have a good defense, I don't think it would help them. You need a good offense to compete with them, I think. That's all I
Moving
have to
on
say.
to the AFC South.
Hold on,
Ooh.
right before
Oh, you're not done?
Ravens, I think Lamar Jackson is going to kind of do what he did in week 1 and not scramble every 2 plays.
You're gonna actually have a balance here. You're actually gonna have a more like
Steelers, I hate them with a passion because I'm an Eagles fan.
they killed our backup. They literally killed
but,
Matt Moore. So I have a hate in my mouth. I still
yeah.
remember watching that play live. I really thought Matt Moore was dead.
8-8,
Actually,
mediocre. That's all
I got
have
my
to say.
stats out real quick. Baker Mayfield, I think Mayfield's going to throw for about 3,900 yards. I don't think he's going to get 4,000, but I think he's going to throw for more touchdowns than he did
But
last year.
he's got OBJ and Jarvis Landry.
I don't care.
and young players on that
I
team.
don't care. He's,
Yeah, I think he's throwing for over
he's
4,000.
gonna throw for 29 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Baker Mayfield is
No.
gonna
There's
turn it over.
there's gonna be more than 12 interceptions. He already threw 3.
I think he's throwing 12. I think he'll keep. I think he won't do as many turnovers.
I think
But
he
I think
throws
he's gonna
10.
throw 12.
I think if those 10, that dart will not be able to get
I
caught
got
by
Lamar
the
Jackson throwing for 2,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 12 INTs. I'm not on his bandwagon yet. I mean, once he puts up those numbers against a good team, then we'll start talking.
Oh, go to AFC South.
AFC South, I got Texans going 13-3. Got the Jaguars 10-6, Indianapolis 6-10, Tennessee 6-10.
I
Coming in
heavily
last.
disagree with a lot of that.
No. Here. Let me pull it up. I am on the Gardner Minshew the second. I'm on the train. This guy's leading Jacksonville to the playoffs. Okay, I ain't even. Look at the stats in
Nick
college.
Foles got injured.
I know, but this guy's the man. Look at his final year in college.
Nick Foles
38
is the
touchdowns.
man. Nick Foles is
38 38
hold on.
touchdowns to
Nick
9
Foles is the man.
interceptions.
You
Nick
got it.
38
You got
touchdowns
it.
to 9
No,
interceptions.
no.
Gardner
You got
Minshew was the
Foles is
man.
the man.
Hold on.
Nick
Gardner
Foles.
Minshew was the man. He's gonna lead this team.
Nick
Nick
Foles.
Foles
Carried the Eagles. Nick Foles.
And if
is
we're
now
talking about
injured
college and the
long
NFL performance, look at Trubisky real quick.
I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. He did wonders in college. And he did wonders
You're
in
in
the
a whole
NFL.
different conference right now, Tyler.
Okay, still, it's a player going from college performance to the NFL.
Alright, anyway, let me say my records. Texans 9-7, Titans 7-9, Colts 7-9, Jaguars 5-11. I think that the Texans offense is gonna be pretty good. With I think Deshaun Watson's gonna play really well this season. Same with why am I
Hopkins.
yeah, Hopkins. I think they're just gonna have a pretty consistent offense.
I think they're gonna be the second best team in the AFC.
Okay.
I don't
My
really have a
turn.
lot to say about that division.
My
besides
turn.
That.
Uh-oh, here comes the-
Texans 11-5. I'm gonna say they're gonna be pretty good this year. Like second best team, like Cameron said. DeAndre Hopkins. I got like a good feeling in Fuller. But Lamar Miller's kind of gone. They would have been real good if he was there. Titans 9-7.
drug user.
If we
Oh.
want to debate, we can debate. Colts 7-9. Jags 6-10.
Gardner Minshew's the man. I'm sorry.
No debating.
How about you, Rocker? Okay, Rocker died.
This man
I'm gonna be real.
fell off the earth.
Titans are going 6-10. Marcus Mariota isn't the answer. He's gonna get injured throughout the season. He's gonna throw for
They don't-
3,100 yards, 21
Rocker
touchdowns to
disagreed.
13 interceptions. I think Mariota's gonna have a horrible year. I think he's putting up 13 interceptions.
He already threw a good amount of touchdowns in his first week. He threw no interceptions that game. He
Doesn't
had
mean
good reads
anything.
overall. Derrick Henry was able to make a good amount of plays. AJ Brown in
I
his
mean-
first game, he did really well for 3 receptions and 100
Here-
yards.
Here's the thing, though.
You're going off one game.
Like, how good is the Browns' defense?
Not particularly great.
Well, wait,
I
who's
know.
their
I don't know a
cornerback?
lot about them.
I get the Fullers mixed up.
Don't hear me?
Kendall
Hello?
Fuller? Kendall
Yeah, we
Fuller is
can
the
hear you.
corner.
They got Kendall? Because I
No,
get Kyle
no,
and
no.
Kendall mixed up.
Kendall's with Kansas City, isn't he?
Alright, look, can I go to my records now?
No, we're not done here yet. You wait.
I'll fight you.
Kyle's with the Bears. Kendall's with the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure.
I could have sworn they had a Fuller.
Fuller?
Will Fuller.
I think Mariota's thrown for 3,100 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 13 picks. It's not his year. It's never going to be his year. He's not the guy in Tennessee. He's not the answer.
May I go for my records?
Go for it. I have
Okay,
some more to
what?
follow up with it then.
5 Houston. Whoever went 11-5 Houston, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But okay, I have the Colts going 10-6.
I can believe it.
Can as well. I am a firm believer in that defense with that who was the Darius Jones, middle linebacker? That one that had like 130 tackles.
I know who you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a very good season. I think he's gonna follow up with an even better season. This time he's gonna develop into a versatile guy. He can play pass coverage. He can rush. He can run. Very good guy, and with he's just gonna help everybody. He's gonna increase that defense. He's gonna do what Baker did to the Browns last year. He's gonna make that team that they had in them. He's gonna change that, bring momentum to their side, and they're going 10-6. Make plays without Andy Dalton. And Tennessee's going 5-11. Jacksonville's going 4-10. Jacoby Brissett is the guy in Indianapolis for this year.
I can see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I can see it.
Okay, back to this whole Mariota situation. He hasn't been
About him being trash.
okay. Hold on. His past 2 years haven't been good throwing touchdowns. The 2 years in total, he's thrown 24. 11 in 2018, 13 in 2017. He's got Derrick Henry and Deion Lewis. Derrick Henry, that last week of last year, he was plowing through people. It's that simple.
So take it on.
And now they have
Yeah,
Deion Lewis, a more elusive running back, so they ever need to put an elusive man in there, they're good to go.
Now they have Corey Davis.
They've had Corey Davis.
I hope you know Tennessee has too tough of a schedule. They're only winning 6 games.
And they do have a very rough schedule. That's why I think they're going to do bad. But next
I
year,
mean, they're
good
splitting
is
with
gonna
everyone in their
develop into
division. They're splitting with everyone in their division. No, I have them splitting with the Jaguars, and then I have them getting swept. Never mind, by the Texans. And
Okay,
Colts.
their schedule this year. Let's see.
I
here.
mean, I got it up. I've got it up right here. This is
I got
6
it
points for me. I got them beating the Ravens, or not the Ravens. They beat the Browns. I got them beating the Bills, the Bucks, the Panthers, the Jags, and the Raiders. The rest of that, it's too tough for them. It's too tough.
Colts next Sunday winning, no
They're
doubt.
losing, yep.
Okay,
they're losing,
against
no
the
doubt.
Jaguars, if
That's a
Jalen
win.
Ramsey messes
Yeah,
up
the
or their
Jaguars.
entire defense, it's game over. Like if their defense starts fluking even a little bit, game over.
It's not gonna happen because they got one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
No. Okay.
Gardner Minshew, he's the man.
Falcons, that's gonna
That's a
be a
loss.
fight.
That's a loss.
Bills,
easy.
they're winning.
That's
Broncos,
a win.
probably
They're
a
not winning
win.
in Mile High.
Chargers, Chargers.
That's a loss to the Titans. I'm sorry.
Bucks, Titans.
Yep, I got them beating the Panthers too. They're losing to Kansas City easily. Patrick Mahomes is
very
gonna kill them.
easily. They're getting blown out.
If it looked like the wild card from a few years ago, though.
You mean when Mahomes wasn't playing? Yeah. I
Oh
know.
well, Mahomes, my opinion,
Yeah.
overhyped. Stated this before.
Nah. 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns isn't a fluke.
I
I'm
got them
sorry.
sweeping. I got them splitting with the Jaguars, taking an L. Then I have Indianapolis beating them. They're gonna beat Oakland. They can't even match with Houston either times or the Saints. I mean, that's L.
The only time they could with the Texans is maybe at home. That's the only time.
I mean, this team's gonna.
Because
get
they gotta
killed.
go from Houston to Tennessee more towards the winner.
I mean, this is just a horrible schedule for Tennessee. I don't know who thought they were able to mess with these big league players, but they can't.
Well, shall we continue?
Oh,
To,
hold up. I gotta state some stats real quick. Hold up. Gardner Minshew, I got his stats down. I think he's gonna throw for 3,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 6 picks. I think this guy's the man.
Damn,
Guys-
no. He's throwing for more than 10 picks. I'm sorry. I can see the touchdowns. I can see the yards.
This guy's the
He's
man.
throwing 10 plus picks.
No, he's not. He's the man.
Nick Foles will be coming back.
This guy's the man. Nick Foles ain't coming back. Gardner Minshew's gonna earn that starting spot.
He's not.
He's earning that
Nick Foles
starting
will come
spot.
back.
This guy's the
If
man.
anything happens, Nick Foles will somehow, some way bring back from the dead. Get that sick.
Here's the thing, though. With Nick Foles, can he play outside
Nick-
of Philly?
Nick Foles
that's the question.
Nick Foles is a system quarterback. He needs the right system to work. That's why he only succeeded in Philly.
I agree.
Nick Foles is a system quarterback. I didn't believe him when he went to Jacksonville, and I really don't. Gardner Minshew, I think coming out, he's a rookie. I think he's going to do well for Jacksonville. And I think that's the tail of the tape.
I genuinely think Minshew's not the guy.
All
I'm
right.
telling you, man. This guy's
Delaney
AFC
Walker's
East.
35 and still kicking it. Okay.
AFC East. I got the Patriots going 12-4,
Same.
Bills 7-9, Miami at 5-11, and the Jets at 4-12.
I really have faith in the Jets when fucking Darnold come back.
All right, my record or my predictions are exactly the same. Besides, I think the Patriots will go 13-3.
I
I
It
can
is
see New
what-
England going 11-5 again.
The bottom three teams are kind of close. Patriots are 11-5, Bills 7-9, not Titans. Oh my God, Jets 7-9, Dolphins 6-10.
I could see the Jets 7-9. I think. I don't know if I can see the Dolphins that high. They
Same.
need a tank.
I have New England going 12-4. I have
Okay.
Buffalo going 9-7 with Josh Allen showing out finally, showing that he can be a starting quarterback with that defense up in the rise. Going 7-9, and I had the Dolphins going 1-15, their only win against New England at home.
Let me explain something real quick. I got Sam Darnold coming back week 6, okay? Keep that in mind. I got him coming back. I got Sam Darnold coming back week 6. Keep that in mind. Going into week 6, this team is going to be, what do I got him at? I got him at 0-4 going into week 6. They're going to lose to Dallas. They're going to lose to New England. This team's going 0-6. And then they're going to lose 2 more games. This team's going to start off 0-8 before they get a win. And then it's just going to be a rocky road. With Darnold's coming back, he's barely going to get them wins. They're facing 2 tougher teams. Like, they're not going to beat Pittsburgh, Baltimore,
They will
Cincinnati.
beat Pittsburgh.
They're
will
not going to beat
Cincinnati.
Buffalo in Buffalo. They'll beat Miami at home. They'll beat Oakland at home. I think they'll beat Washington. They'll beat New York. But this team's not. It's not there yet. And it's not all there.
You gotta have the right pieces. They have the right pieces. They he's not having these problems with who's playing.
I mean, I got.
Will be that
If we're
staple
sticking-
at
if we're-
defense for a long
If we're
time.
sticking with the Jets real quick, I got Sam Darnold finishing the year with 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
I can see that.
I got Josh Allen. I don't believe in Josh Allen. I'm sorry. And that Week 1 performance showed me why I don't believe in him, even though they won. I got him throwing for 2,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. I don't think he's gonna be able to keep that ball outside of the defense he's playing against. And then when it comes to Miami, I got Josh Rosen. He's gonna start after week 4 after the bye. I think he'll throw for 2,200 yards, 17 touchdowns to 5 picks. I got Tom Brady's stats here somewhere. Let me find Tom Brady. Here we go. Tom Terrific, the man. I got Tom Brady throwing for 4,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 12 picks. I don't think he's going to go past 30
That's
this
not
year.
second to MVP worthy though.
I don't have him second. I don't know. I have him throwing 29 touchdowns and 12 picks. I just think Brady's going to go in a decline. Not a massive decline, but a slight decline. But it's still going to be New England's division until he retires. And I could bet on that.
All right, AFC South.
Nobody has anything to say?
Not really.
Everyone else agree with that? You
Yeah.
mean AFC West?
South. Yeah, AFC West.
AFC West, I got the Kansas City Chiefs going 14-2.
I agree.
I got the Chargers going 8-8, Denver going 6-10, and Oakland going 2-14.
Let me go
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very, very interesting. I have Kansas City going 14-2. I have Chargers. Phillip Rivers will play like an MVP this season. Will play by the best receiver in the league. And he finally gets recognition he deserves. 3. That defense will shine this year.
Interesting.
Melvin Gordon will have the best year of his career. Will have very great. They're a lot of young, well, not young, but they'll have a lot of players who most people say they won't make it, but they will play. They were 13-3. Was the 5th seed with Kansas City winning the division for the 1st seed. They will stomp through the playoffs. This is Kansas City. And then they will lose.
This guy's out here going through playoffs, and we're still talking about the regular season.
I mean to. Then we have Oakland going 5-11, and Broncos having a very hard year. That quarterback issue still haunting him with Joe Flacco somewhere getting injured in the first 6 weeks.
Well, they have that
They were
rookie Drew
2-14.
Lock. Drew Lock was my favorite quarterback coming out of this year's draft.
I didn't like him that much. I'm not gonna lie. Tyler?
Alright, I got Chiefs at 12-4, Chargers 9-7, Raiders 6-10, Broncos 5-11.
Okay. I got.
Um,
Oh, go.
I don't. You go. I'll try to see if I can think of something.
Okay. Chiefs 11-5, Chargers 10-6, Broncos 6-10, Raiders 6-10.
Chargers are missing a lot of key pieces. I can't see him going past 8 wins. I'm sorry. Ooh, but I do have some stats. I think are gonna go down. Let me start off with Patrick Mahomes.
Having
I
that
have I have Patrick Mahomes throwing for roughly 5,500 yards, 56 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. I think he's gonna break the record this year. He's gonna throw for the most touchdowns. I think it's happening. Then I got Philip Rivers throwing for about 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns to 14 picks. I think he's gonna cause some crucial turnovers, but I think he's still the man in not Philly, in Los Angeles. I got Derek Carr. He's pretty much playing for his job here. I think he's gonna throw for 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns to 6 picks. He's not gonna be able to save this team, but he might just barely save his job. I don't have anything for Flacco or Locke because, to be honest, I feel like Flacco's gonna play the whole season, and then he'll be out of there.
So we're set in Atlanta Messina.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
Does you got anything to say, Ethan?
he died.
NFC North. I got Minnesota winning at 10-6. Then I got Green Bay at 10-6. I got Chicago at 9-7. I got the Lions at 5-10-1. I'm sorry, but this defense of Chicago can't carry them to the playoffs. They need the offense to do something. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I have Chicago going 7-9, Minnesota going 7-9. I have Green Bay losing their division, still going to the wild card at fifth seed. But Detroit will go 10-5-1. With Stafford playing, that he finally can lead that team. They don't have the pieces in offense, but I believe they have it on defense. And through the first 8 weeks before the trade deadline, they will make trades that will slowly and surely make this offense rise. And Matthew Stafford will take the players that have underperformed the last few years, make them look like studs. They'll win a division. I'm by. We'll see.
Alright, I have the Bears going 12-4.
Oh,
The
no,
Vikings.
no, no.
Are you gonna let me finish? God. Vikings 9-7, Packers 7-9, Lions 5-10-1. It's gonna be a rough first few weeks for the Bears. I think that I would say that in like the first half of the season, they're gonna win most of their games, but it's gonna be completely carried by the defense. The offense isn't gonna really do a lot. Maybe they might make a trade or two to get something on offense. I think the offense will get better with time, though.
Chicago's defense can't carry them the whole way. I'm sorry.
Here's
Okay.
This
Well,
defense
here's
is gonna crumble at some point
Whoa, let me
because of the
speak.
pressure.
I
Who
ain't even
said it was
say
your turn?
shit yet.
Who said it was your turn? I
I
got
didn't even say my numbers.
Chicago's gonna start off slow. After their bye week, I think they're gonna take off for a bit. I have Chicago starting off 1-4, honestly, and then after their bye, I'm going on a 6-game winning streak. But
yeah.
I don't think that's gonna help them. I think
So since Tyler rudely interrupted me, I want to say this. The Bears are gonna do garbage in their division. I have them as the worst team in their division at 2-4.
they're not a 6-game winning streak. I have them going on a 7-game winning streak.
But yeah, Tyler, you can go on with whatever
Here we
stupid stuff
fucking
you were
go.
gonna say.
Vikings 9-7, Packers 8-8, Bears 7-9, Lions 5-10-1.
Oh, I see 3 of us are in agreement about the Lions.
Yeah.
I think we're winning the division. I'm sorry.
I got
Bro, you're
stats for these
tripping.
4 big boys. Some of them are on the hot seat. Matthew Stafford isn't, but I think Matthew Stafford's going to go for 3,800 yards, 27 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Mitchell Trubisky, this boy's on the hot seat. Trust me. I think he's throwing for 21 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. He's not gonna play well. Kirk Cousins, he's gonna do his thing in Minnesota. I'm believing him this year. Okay, he's gonna throw for 3,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. I
Only
think only 3 because if they keep doing what they did week 1, he's not gonna throw them any turnovers. They're limiting his playing time. They're letting the running backs and receivers do their thing. They're limiting Kirk Cousins' playing time because if he overplays, he will start causing turnovers. But I don't think that will happen. I got Aaron Rodgers throwing for 4,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, throwing the least amount of interceptions in the league, like he usually does. But I have Green Bay missing the playoffs. I'm barely missing out.
This is where Haynes will be thrown, in my opinion. The South.
NFC South, I got New Orleans going 13-3,
Hmm?
Atlanta going 9-7, Carolina and Tampa Bay both going 4-12.
I have the Saints going 13-3 as well, not losing a single divisional game. Atlanta going 8-8, getting that 6th seed. They're barely sneaking into the playoffs. Only beating out Carolina 8-8 because of the one extra divisional win, and Tampa Bay having a disappointing year. James Winston probably getting cut after this year, and they will probably draft a quarterback with the 2nd overall pick because they're
Okay.
actually wait, I'm
Interesting.
incorrect. I'm incorrect. They won't
Alright.
get the 2nd overall pick, but
All right, Saints 10-6, Falcons 8-8, Panthers 8-8, Buccaneers 5-11.
I like Ethan's picks, but I think New Orleans has a pretty easy schedule, and they're also a very great team. Their team mix of an easy schedule is going to win a lot
I
of
think
games.
they're going. I think they're going to choke a few games, especially in the division.
I
I
don't
think
see choking happening, but I see upsets happening.
I see them losing week 16 and week 17 due to resting every starting player. Due to the fact that they will be 11 and they'll be 13-1, with Atlanta being 7-7, and they already locked up that 2nd seed in week 15 when
They're not going to fight for the first seed. They're just going to give up.
I was going to give up with the Rams going at 13-3. They'll get the 1st seed.
I'm going to be real. Let's hear Tyler's predictions, and we can get into some.
Saints 11-5, Falcons 9-7, Bucks 9-7, Panthers 6-10.
Wow!
I don't know. Todd Bowles, he's not a good head coach, but he got some defense, and it shows in Tampa Bay. And Bruce Arians, he's a good coach, so it could happen, but I don't see it. I want to say something real quick about these stats. I got Jameis Winston going for 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns, to 15 interceptions. I don't know if that's going to save his job or not, but I don't know. Cam Newton. I got Cam Newton throwing for 3,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. This is the decline of Cam Newton. Never been the same since that Super Bowl fumble. I'm telling you. I think he's on a decline. Max Kellerman said it best on First Take. I think he's secretly dealing with an injury. He had that ankle injury in the preseason. He had that repaired shoulder. I think this is looking like another Andrew Luck situation. I think he's going to struggle this year. It's going to be bad for Carolina.
I agree.
I mean, you just look at the first 2 weeks and it shows.
Matt Ryan do?
bro, I want to get into this NFC East.
I don't even do stats for Matt Ryan, probably because he'll do his normal thing.
Thing.
I think I have Drew Brees' stats, actually. Hold up. Yep.
What's
I have
that?
Drew
I'm sorry.
Brees going for 4,800 yards, 36 touchdowns to 8 picks.
He throws 6 picks and 1 more touchdown and 200 more yards. I think he's getting another 5,000 yard season. Really, really coming out and acting like a topper in the NFL along with Keenan Allen.
I don't know. Brees is basically carrying this team, and I think he's going to get tired at some point, besides when they rest him. I think the stress is going to get to him.
That week 15, that week 16 and 17 rest will be due to Brees needing that rest.
What do I have with them? Let me go on the schedule real quick. Let me see what I got with New Orleans. What are they doing over here? I got New Orleans. I got New Orleans starting off hot before they get to their bye week 9. I got the Saints being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got them being 5-2. Oh no, 6-2. My bad. And then they're gonna start off. They're gonna go 9-2. Then they're gonna go 10-2 when they lose in Atlanta. And then they're gonna pretty easily win out. Or not? They wouldn't be 10-2. They'd be 10-3, and then I think they're gonna win out. Not 10-3, 9-3. And they'll go 13-3. Is that it
Uh,
for?
I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, we all know Drew Brees will play at level he normally does.
Yeah.
All right, let me get into this NFC East. I got Philly winning the division at 11-5. I got Dallas going 11-5. Then Washington going 5-11, and then the Giants going 1-15.
I really have Philly winning at 10-6. Dallas 8-8, barely missing out the playoffs at 7 seed. Washington going 7-9. Giants, they miraculously pull out a 6-10 season, but I think they really should have just tanked that season. And
You
went for like
guys. Oh, you guys. You guys don't see it. You guys don't see it.
Philly will get blown out in the wild card. I'm calling it too.
Cowboys, 12-4.
I could very well see that. I could see that.
Eagles, 11-5. Redskins, 7-9. Giants,
I see
I
that.
have them on here as 6-10, but I'm changing that to 4-12. I think that they could get some upsets late in the season, like I said earlier.
So
I'm gonna be
Alright.
honest.
I got the Eagles 9-7, Redskins 8-8, Cowboys 8-8, Giants 5-11.
What? Oh my god. Y'all don't see it.
Dallas is gonna really go off this year. I have Philly just
Dallas-
barely squeaking out that division.
Dallas is steamrolling the division.
I disagree.
I'm gonna
Philadelphia
be-
didn't win that.
Hold on.
Here's what I got. Here's what I
Let
got over
the-
here.
let the
That's
Eagles
true.
fan talk here. Let the Eagles fan
Hold on.
talk
But
here.
it's still a factor.
Okay. No.
I
Let the man
hate-
speak. Let the man speak.
I
the man
hate the
speak.
Cowboys with a burning passion, as every Eagles fan should, right? With that being said, the people that are the players that are on the Cowboys this year are gonna go off. I hate the meme, but I think Dak Prescott is going to look like an elite quarterback this year. This is going to be his year, even though I don't think he's good because the offensive line carries him. Zeke is going to go off. The receivers will go off. The defense will be
Mediocre.
maybe like top 10. Not the best in the league, but will definitely be good. The Eagles are going to split with them only because of some like late fourth quarter
Bullshit.
comeback.
With these stats, I'm gonna be real. I got Zeke going for 315 attempts, 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. I think he's gonna do really well this year. I got Dak Prescott. That offensive line will carry him. I got him throwing for 4,100 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 7 picks. But I got Carson Wentz throwing for 3,700 yards, 34 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I think Carson Wentz is going to prove himself as the best quarterback in that division. And I got Eli Manning throwing for 3,800 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 13 picks before he is eventually benched for Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones will finish out the season probably for like the last 2-3 games, and I think he'll throw for about 750 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks, but no wins for him. I think their only win is going to come, I think, probably early on in the season.
I have a probably not a bold thing to say here. Carson Wentz is gonna have a receiving touchdown sometime this season.
You can pull a Philly special beat.
There's gonna be some Philly special type stuff going on, most likely against a division opponent.
Question is,
The win
who
against
does that
Dallas.
throw on the ball?
I know, because low key in the Super Bowl, Trey Burton threw the ball,
You got that big
And-
contract for it.
and he's not here. We could get my boy Dallas Goddard to throw that ball. Come on now.
Zach
We could get
Ertz,
my
come
boy
on now.
Deshaun Jackson to throw that ball. Throw that
Jackson
50-plus
throw the ball.
yard touchdown real quick.
Yes, let's get Mr. Fumble himself. Throw that ball.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fucking great.
1 yard line. I
Mr.
think
1 yard
Deshaun
line.
Jackson's gonna have a really good year back in Philly.
Yeah, he will. He will have a great year.
I think he might regress after this year, maybe even like halfway through the season. But I think the first half of the season, especially the home games, he's gonna go off. Not as well as he did week 1, but he's still gonna play well.
I think we're ready to move on to the NFC West.
I'm gonna upset some people with these.
I'm gonna be upsetting people as well.
When it comes to the NFC West, I got the Rams going 12-4, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go 11-5. I got Seattle going 11-5, Cardinals at 5-10-1, and the Niners at 5-11.
Yeah, the Cardinals at what again?
5-10-1.
Yeah,
That's
sorry, I
what-
heard 10-5-1. Oh God, I was about
That's
to
where I'm
go.
gonna annoy people with the Cardinals.
I have to go 5-10-1 as well. I had the Rams really low.
Ooh.
Alright,
I'll let you go.
Rams 11-5, Seahawks 9-7, Niners 6-10, Cardinals 4-11-1.
I can see it.
Okay.
So I have
Nah,
the Rams
let-
on
let-
13.
let me-
Oh, let Tyler get into it.
Because
Tyler,
you're gonna get pissed at me for this. Well, I think it's true. Rams 11-5, Seahawks 8-8, 49ers 7-9, Cardinals 2-13-1.
Oh
see
my!
it.
I can see it happening. Though. That's the problem.
I could
Kyler
very much see it
Murray,
happening, but it's not gonna happen.
I'm sorry, the O line won't be able to save him. I think he's a little too overhyped with that draft.
I don't think it's overhyped. He's gonna have those rookie problems, and that garbage O line not help him one
You're
bit.
gonna get the same
Exactly.
treatment Josh Rosen got.
Austin and Larry Fitzgerald. That O line will not be able to hold them nearly as much as they did back in 2016 when David Johnson had a good year. This offensive line may be the worst the Cardinals have ever seen for a rookie quarterback. It will, and if anything, it'll ruin his career. I had the
On
Rams
these
on
stats,
13-3. I'm having now really thinking about it. They will go 12-4. We'll have that like late game in the season that Willows lose because they're not like they don't need to try. Niners going 7-9. Seahawks 6-10. Start, but I just think that running game that they had back when they went to those Super Bowls.
I'm gonna be honest, I only have stats down for Russell Wilson. I got him going for 3,800 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 5 picks. He's gonna carry this team to the playoffs. I think Kyler Murray's gonna get destroyed by that horrible O-line. I think Jimmy G is gonna blow out his knee again and prove he is not the starter that 49ers need.
That his knees aren't the starter, not Jimmy G, but his knees aren't.
And I got the Rams. I got Jared Goff in the system he needs. I think he's gonna struggle, but I think they're still gonna go 12-4.
All right, let's go to playoffs.
Hold on, let me get into some other stats I didn't touch on, aka 2 people. First off, I got MVP going to Patrick Mahomes.
I had that going to Breeze.
About you, Tyler. Who do you think's gonna snag MVP?
Me? I don't fucking care who takes it.
How about you, Ethan?
I could probably Breeze. I could see Mahomes, Brady.
I think Brady doesn't have the
I
power.
honestly, I hate saying it. Dak Prescott might be in there.
Oh no!
If anything, he gets comeback.
Here's 2 players I want to touch on. I got Le'Veon Bell going for 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns.
See what happens.
I got Antonio Brown going for 67 receptions. He's not going to get that many catches as he did in Pittsburgh. I think he's going to get 862 yards to 6 touchdowns. He's not going to get that many touchdowns. He's not going to be the primary guy. But
Have a lot of touchdowns this year. I genuinely think he will because Edelman only has like let me look at his career touchdowns.
you got Josh Gordon. I got comeback player of the year going to Le'Veon Bell. I got defensive rookie of the year going to Nick Bosa. Offensive rookie of the year, it's going to be my man Gardner Minshew. I'm calling it now. Defensive player of the year, I got Khalil Mack. Offensive player of the year, Patrick Mahomes.
Julian Edelman only has 30 touchdowns on his on his 10-year career so far. think that Antonio Brown will be that guy to get a lot of the touchdowns. Josh Gordon will lead receiver. I think Edelman will get dragged out of that slot receiver to be the outside receiver. Antonio Brown players like fill in. I think like the first like mid-season, then he's gonna start breaking out, taking over Edelman's job. Josh Gordon will take over the job as well. I think those will be the two starting receivers at the end of the season. Will be Josh Gordon and Antonio Brown. Because you had a very good quarterback of Big Ben back when Brown played, but now you got probably the best quarterback ever to play the game, Tom Terrific, and I think that will match very well with Antonio Brown. He loves the
With-
hype.
With the receiver core, you're forgetting that Belichick, whatever the fuck, I don't care about pronouncing his last name. He drafted a receiver this year at the first overall pick, which
I
he's
don't-
never
I
done
don't think-
before. He's gonna get playtime, no matter what. I feel like he might
Not
pop
that much.
off.
Yeah, but he will get him in the rest games. He won't get him nearly as much during the regular season, but in those rest games that where the offense like they don't need to win the game, they're still gonna make the playoffs. He will play in those rest games, but I don't think he's gonna get nearly as much play time.
Bill
as he will-
Belichick did not draft no receiver in the first round just to play him during rest games.
I think he does. Because
He never drafted a receiver before in the first round.
Yeah, but he didn't know about Antonio Brown coming into the team.
Okay, Antonio but this guy though is still gonna get playtime. He's gonna be like what, number 4 receiver?
You still get playtime, of course, yeah, but not nearly as much. as the
Like
other
it's
guy.
not like the top 3 receivers play every snap, or the top 2
know.
receivers play
I
every
know.
snap.
I know, but he's not going to get nearly as much time as those three guys, Edelman,
He-
Brown, and
Belichick is going to put him in a lot
Certain
more
situations.
than you think he will. He's going to put him in 2-minute drill situations. He's going to put him in every situation he can so that
Where he
he
can
can grow as a
experience.
player.
Belichick's smart. I know that. We'll have to see.
Or he'll like give him steroids or something. Like 2,000 yards.
All right, let's see. You guys ready for the playoffs?
All right, let's
yeah.
go through wild card weekend for me. I got Jacksonville traveling to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's going to prove again they are not good in the playoffs. I got Gardner Minshew winning, going on to Kansas City. Then I got Cleveland at New England. New England is going to kill this team. They're a little bit overhyped, but they're going to go to the playoffs first year, and Tom Brady is going to prove they are not ready yet, and he is going to murder them. I got Dallas going to the Rams. And I got Jared Goff proving that he is still struggling. I got Dallas advancing, going to New Orleans, Seattle at Minnesota. I got Seattle winning and going on to Philly. That's how my wild card
Alright.
weekend will go.
Wild card weekend. The Ravens at the Texans. I think the Texans win that with the home field advantage. I don't really have anything to say on that game. Maybe a close game. I don't know. Chargers beat the Browns in Cleveland. That everyone on that team is just gonna get scared because they don't know what to do because it's the playoffs and they've all never experienced that for like 3 decades. That's what's gonna happen. Eagles at the Saints. Eagles are gonna get their comeback game.
Oh.
Okay, Rocker,
Um,
when he's done, you or me.
I don't
Thank you.
have a whole lot to say about that. I think Carson Wentz has a pretty good game. Assuming that he's healthy, because who knows by now. The Saints defense isn't just gonna play that well. And I think the Eagles defense will get their stuff together by then. I hope. Vikings and Rams. I have the Rams.
May I see something first?
Yeah.
The Saints defense. Refs against them. They will not. They'll actually have an even game. Therefore, the Saints will win that game, in my opinion.
Maybe.
There you go, Tyler.
Okay. I got the Chargers at Pittsburgh. I gave that to Pittsburgh. Then
This guy.
I feel like it's gonna be an upset. Titans and Chiefs. I gave that to the Chiefs. It's Tennessee and Kansas City. Oh. And then Falcons and Eagles, Atlanta and Philly. I gave that to the Falcons.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
don't know
All right.
about
All right. Keep going. Keep
know
going.
about
Keep going.
Vikings and the Bucks. Tampa Bay at Minnesota. Gave that to the Vikings.
Yes. Alright.
Okay.
I
We need to talk about that Eagles game.
do.
If
There's
it-
nothing to
definitely
talk
do.
Hold
about.
on. Let the Eagles fan
There's
talk
nothing
here.
to talk about.
If that game was in Atlanta, I could see why you would say that. But that is in the link. All right. The past
CenturyLink Field. Oh,
the past 3 seasons, the Falcons don't know what to do. Like Julio Jones just likes to drop balls at the end of the game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
That's
Just
all.
like
That's all I need to say. Julio Jones likes to drop balls at the end of the games in Philadelphia within the past 3 seasons.
he's a
guess
good
what?
player.
He won't do
But
that.
he's not that clutch player. He's not that clutch player. He's a good player. He is not the clutch player.
Yeah.
I have Chargers at Houston. I have Houston coming away, and that is they have home field advantage. Indianapolis Colts at New England. I think New England will kill this team. Tom Brady just being Tom Brady. That's all I gotta say in that game. Green Bay at Philly. This is not gonna settle with you well, Ethan, and this is gonna be a very close game, possibly overtime game, where Aaron Rodgers just decides to come into that Aaron Rodgers form he did, pull off a Hail Mary if he has to. He will. That game will be so close.
You had me there until you said Hail Mary. I could
What
see the Packers beating the Eagles. Really,
Yeah,
only because of
goes
Aaron Rodgers, I would think. Mainly because of Aaron
Yeah, I
Rodgers.
agree.
But
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron
I
Rodgers.
could see that happening, assuming that the Packers make the playoffs. Assuming that Carson Wentz stays healthy.
And I have Atlanta at Detroit. Detroit being the 3rd seed and Atlanta being the 6th seed. I think Atlanta will pull out the upset at Detroit and will end this team's good season off. And they finally have that game where they don't struggle in the playoffs. They will actually, Julio may have his game. May not in the 4th quarter. In the first half, he will have 200 plus yards and will completely slow down. Almost not getting nearly as much yards. They will still win that game. Matthew Stafford does Matthew Stafford things, but just that defense will not be able to live up against the Atlanta Falcons.
okay. Going on to this divisional round. The way I got mine going, the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling up to Kansas City. I'm sorry, my boy Minshew, he's the man. But I think Patrick Mahomes is too much for him. It's gonna look like Week 1. Kansas City going on to the championship. Houston or New England at Houston. I think Houston is going to bully poor Tom Brady. He's going to make him look like a child. And I got Houston going on to the championship. Dallas at New Orleans. New Orleans is about to prove why they are the best team in the NFC and they're going to win. Seattle at Philly. Give me Philly in a close game. Philly's going to the
Okay,
championship.
alright.
Going to New Orleans, baby. And that's how my divisional round goes.
May I
Alright.
go?
No, I'm going now.
do it in order, like the same way we did it the wild card.
Alright. 4 seed Texans, 2 seed Chiefs. Chiefs win. Nothing to say about that. 6 seed Chargers, 1st seed Patriots. It's gonna be like last year, Patriots and a murder. Going on to the NFC, 3 seed Rams, 2 seed Cowboys. Cowboys win. Cowboys are gonna win that game. I'm going back on that. The Eagles and the Bears. I'm gonna be real. I don't know who to pick right now because I had the Eagles winning, and I don't. I
It
think
relies
I'm
on
gonna-
Mitchell Trubisky. I'd still go with Philly. I mean, I don't trust Trubisky.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
trust you.
trust him.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles, assuming Carson Wentz is healthy. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If he isn't healthy, they wouldn't
done.
have gotten there
Don't
They're
even
done
mean
if he's
to
not
that
healthy.
point. But that game's I think is gonna be pretty
if he gets
close.
injured and when. Depends
Yeah,
if
that's gonna depend their season.
Yeah, I feel like it would be late season if anything.
Yeah, because Wentz got that old man disease with that chronic back problem. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Patriots and Steelers. Steelers. Not Steelers, Patriots. Whoops.
I'm about to say,
Sorry.
whoa.
Wrong
say-
words. I stood up too quick. Texans and Chiefs. JJ Watt is about to literally murder Mahomes.
I disagree.
Well, okay.
Texans are winning. Rams and Falcons. Giving that to the Rams. Easy. That simple. Saints and Vikings. I'm sorry. I think Xavier Rhodes will be able to lock them up. Vikings.
Let me just say something here to the viewers. Tyler has watched the least football out of all of us.
That
I'm
is true.
just gonna say that.
That is true.
Like the baby.
I'm the
here,
only
though.
one that's watched
Take
actual
anything
film
and
though.
everything he says with a grain of salt.
You're the only one who's watched actual film.
To review.
Review. I'm sorry.
What? You're acting like we didn't? Well, you're acting like I didn't. I don't know about Ethan. Ethan
A little
definitely
bit,
didn't.
but
I wouldn't be on the Minshew train if I didn't watch no film, okay?
Not that film. I'm talking about personal film.
Whoa.
Jaden
Watching
just
porn?
not texting me back.
alright.
Well, so now you're gonna get off topic. Okay.
Okay, Rocker. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I have New England at Cleveland Browns. New England will make like their own 16. They will get blown out so badly that people will genuinely think that they're own 16 again. Houston against at Kansas City. JJ Watt terrorizes Mahomes. I mean, 4 sacks maybe. Andy Reid will pull something out of it. We'll just do something. Screens. Get the ball off quicker. They will find ways for Mahomes to get the ball off quicker. He has a very
This is
good
the
release.
divisional round. You gotta remember that means Andy Reid had time, and
Yeah,
you
he had
know when
He had
Andy Reid
time.
got time, oh, he's something
He had
dangerous. He's something fierce when he got that bye week.
Dangerous. And that is why I have them winning. He will, even if he has to make adjustments at half, he will make those adjustments. Because he probably has like 17 different scenarios in the playbook by week. And with the NFC games, I have the home team winning both games with Green Bay against New Orleans being New Orleans. Rodgers without Jordy Nelson. They with Atlanta against the Rams. But like I said, Julio Jones won't be there in the clutch when they need him.
Okay, championship games. I got Houston going up to Kansas City. It's gonna be a shootout. I mean, this is gonna be a game for the ages. It's gonna look like that Rams Chiefs game. I got the Chiefs winning. I think they're gonna win about, say, 59-56, last second field goal.
Damn, that's a big number.
I don't
Now,
know about that.
NFC Championship, we got Philly going into the Superdome. I think that's what it is, right? New Orleans, the Superdome.
Yeah.
Yo, I was really feeling the Saints. I was, but I don't know if Carson Wentz is playing and Philly's rocking on all cylinders. I'm going with the upset here. Give me Philly going to the Super
Okay.
Bowl, upsetting
Okay.
them Saints. Give me Carson
Okay.
Wentz pulling some stuff out. Let me get him. I think Breeze. I think he's getting too old for the game. He's been carrying this team for too long. It's gonna catch up to him. Give me Philly going to the Super Bowl against Kansas City. That's what we're doing.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm feeling.
I got Chiefs Patriots rematch of last year, and it's gonna end out the same. I think the Patriots are gonna win this one. Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, everyone else on the team. I think that's all I have to say.
You know, the other six
The
grocery store
Eagles
employees.
and the Cowboys
Dem boys.
in Dallas.
Dem boys.
Ah man, I don't want to say this. The Cowboys win. The Cowboys win the NFC Championship.
I like what's
Um,
happening so far. We've really got different picks. This is interesting. I'm really liking this.
I am being very pessimistic, I think.
Let me just root for Dallas so they lose. Okay.
Nice. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. I think that the young defense, the mainly young secondary on the Eagles are just gonna get caught up in the moment and just not play that well. Most likely in the second half. But yeah.
Okay. So, we got the Patriots and the Texans. I got the Texans winning that.
Ooh, I can
This.
see it. Where is it in?
Okay.
Houston? Is it in Houston?
I forget. Let me pull that up. It is not gonna pull up apparently. Patriots are
This.
first seed. Texans are second seed.
Ooh, it's in New England.
So yeah, I'm sorry. The Texans are getting it. Rams and
This.
Vikings.
Oh
Ooh, ooh. Vikings. They're scary. I'm going with the Vikings for this one. They're going to the Super Bowl.
What that?
He clearly doesn't know
Vikings and
that.
Vikings and Texans, Patriots and Cowboys, and Chiefs and Eagles. Yo, this is crazy. I'm really
Alright.
digging this.
Alright,
All right,
I
Roger.
same matchups we had last year, but the exact opposite winners. I had New England going into Kansas City and Kansas City taken out. The rest finally won't be paid off for once. Messed up calls. And LA Rams against New Orleans. New Orleans pulled out the upset, in my opinion. They will not call to make the game different. They win the game and go to the Super Bowl against Kansas City Chiefs.
Who, the Rams?
Oh, New Orleans. New
New
Orleans and
Orleans?
Chiefs.
I could see it.
Okay.
So we got New Orleans and the Chiefs, which was my original prediction, but I'm not feeling it. We got the Saints and the Chiefs. We got New England and Dem Boys, Houston and the Vikings, and the Chiefs and Philly. Okay. So it's the big game, right? Big game. Got number one seed Patty Mahomes representing the AFC. We got mixed Superman. And then we got the fifth seed Philadelphia Eagles. Orange Crush's team himself. The second coming of Andy Dalton. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. It could happen. It could be Philly. Carson Wentz, if he plays fully, it could happen. But give me Kansas City as the safe pick. I think Kansas City is the clear favorite to win the Super Bowl this year, and I think they're going to win it. Give me Kansas City.
All
I
right.
think they'll win by. I
Okay.
don't want to necessarily say they'll blow them out because I don't believe that. I think Kansas City will win about 34-24. I think a late game defensive turnover will cause the loss, and I don't think it will be Wentz's fault. I think it'll be a fumble or something
Running
like
back,
that.
conserve clock, and fumbles, game over, like that. Yeah.
All right, Ethan. So what you got to say
Alright.
about them boys?
The Cowboys and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Two toxic teams right here.
Fan base is so bandwagon.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna be honest. This game could go either way.
That's what the Super Bowl's about.
Tom Brady will be Tom Brady.
Okay, Tyler, you've
Mhm.
watched football for like a year and a half.
Wrong.
I haven't seen Tom Brady play in the Super Bowl.
Cowboys win. Cowboys win.
Interesting.
I don't like saying that. I don't want those words to ever come out of my mouth.
Ethan's on the them boys bandwagon.
Bruh. I would say Ezekiel Elliott pulls something out of his butt in the last minute
Like he
to
did against
score a
Pittsburgh.
touchdown and to go up by like a field goal.
Like he did to Pittsburgh in that one crazy game where like there was a
Yeah.
bunch of scoring in the like last minute.
Yeah. I would score wise, I would say 30-27 or 27-24, somewhere around there.
Man, there's a
Um,
lot of people taking the Super Bowl. There's like 2+ like, from each team sometimes. And Tyler,
Sweet. Okay. Texans and Vikings. We're in Houston, my boys. But cold.
we're not in Houston. Are we?
Okay.
The Super Bowl's in Miami. What are you talking about, Houston?
Whoops. So shut the fuck up. It's still cold.
That out. Bleep that out.
Yep, it's gonna be cold in Miami, of course. Yep,
Yep.
like always.
It freezing. It's like -2. Okay. Texans and Vikings. J.J. Watt, Kirk Cousins line. He's blowing through it. I'm sorry. Like, Kirk Cousins is probably going to get a broken femur. Like, it's going to be bad. And Texans are coming out on
you're
top.
carrying. Hold on. You are carrying like you think J.J. Watt is like the whole team?
No, fuck no. Oh my god. DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Reed, Deshaun Watson's going to pop off this year. I got faith in Fuller. If they can get the running back situation fixed, they'd be even better. That'd be insane.
I would have the Vikings win that game if it's cold. Vikings live off that cold.
Yes, it's gonna be cold in Miami, of course.
Yep.
Very, very hot. Houston's a very hot climate. I think that the Vikings will take that game due to weather. The only reason. Cold pretty well. If it decides to be hot that one day, I generally think it'd be a close game. I think Texans would take the game if it's hot, but if it's cold, like snowing, ice out cold.
If anything, it probably gonna be it's Miami. It's gonna be like in the middle.
It can be like it's like just about as snow. There's like slush on the ground. Sun's out, but it's still somehow cold.
It would be like 40-50.
Now that would be the game for the ages, right? That'd be probably would be the best Super Bowl we've had in a long time, except for the Patriots Falcons one.
Ooh, 28-3.
All right, Rocker. What's your Super Bowl?
I have New Orleans against Kansas City. Game. I think that New Orleans defense is better than than the Kansas City defense.
You think New Orleans' defense is better than Kansas City's offense, though?
No, I think both offenses are better than both defenses, but just whoever has they both had the star power. But I genuinely think Hill's healthy. That's another story. But already with a shoulder injury at the start of the season,
We're just gonna ignore Sammy Watkins popping off.
Watkins, yeah, but he has no playoff experience. At least I don't think he does. Mahomes, he will do good. He will have 350 yards plus. But I just think Brees will finally get the recognition he deserves. Here ends it off. Gets the final. Walks off a champion. Walks off the MVP. And it will end his career right there with that'll be a 5,000 yard season in my opinion.